Does he see you as wife material? When he thinks of a wife and the person he wants to spend the rest of his life with, does he think of you? That's going to be what we're going to talk about today. Today we're talking about, does he see you as wifey material? Let's get to it. Hey, you guys, welcome to Secrets of the Mind of a Man, where we help women to understand how men think when it comes to relationships. And so if you're into this, I'm glad that you're here. Listen, hit subscribe before we get into it. Hit subscribe right there and then hit the bell so you don't miss anything in the future. Listen, we've got some great content coming up soon, and I want you to be in on it, all right? So let's get to it. What are the signs that a guy sees you as wife material? Listen, I'm talking to women all the time who are looking for a serious man to be in their lives as a good partner and as somebody that they can just kind of walk through life with, that they can do life together with. And I have these conversations with men who tell me what they're looking for. As you guys know, my background is in working with males, working with boys, grown men, men in the system, men coming out of the system, men in churches, men, all kinds of men in the fraternity. And men share with me how they think and what turns them on and what makes them want to commit to a certain woman, but not to others. And so I'm here to share it with you guys, let you in behind the black curtain. You guys see I got the black curtain, right? Let you in behind the black curtain to see how men think about getting married and what they look for in a woman to decide if she is going to be a great wife. So let's get into it. Number one, you know a guy is interested in seeing you as a wife if he begins to talk about you in the wife category. Listen, if he's talking to you about being a wife, having a wife, what a wife is to you. Listen, I know that seems obvious, right? But if a guy is not talking about it, he's probably not interested in it. But if a guy is serious about it, he knows that he's ready for a wife and he sees you as wife material, guess what? He's going to talk to you about having wife, being a wife. He's going to talk to you about establishing roots. Listen, you have to listen for the language of establishing roots. The language is talking about where you would live where he would live if he got married. What he preferred to have as far as a living situation. Would he prefer a house or an apartment? Like all of that sort of thing. What kind of environment would he like to raise his kids in? Listen for all of those clues. Those clues will let you know that he's interested in getting married and he could be a potential husband. Number two, this is a good one. Number two, he says things like, if you were my wife. He's looking at other things that go on in the world and he says, boy, if you were my wife, I would never let you go to supermarket at 10 o'clock at night by yourself. If you were my wife, I would never allow this to happen or that to happen. He's talking about, he has it in his mind, if you were his wife. So that's a clear indication that it's at least on his mind. If he's not talking about any of that, it's probably not on his mind. Number three, listen to this. Number three, it comes up. The subject of marriage comes up in the first few interactions or the first two dates. Listen, if you've gone to date number 8 and there has been no conversation about marriage, about future, about togetherness, that's probably not even on his mind. I think that even in the first few conversations, I'm talking about if you met him online, the first time you FaceTime, I suggest that conversation comes up because you have to be asking, what are you looking for? What are you doing this for? What is your intention? Where is your life going? Like now, I'm not suggesting you hammer him with question after question after question, but I'm suggesting that you be listening for the answers and yes, ask some of these questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Real questions like this don't run real men off. So don't be afraid to ask questions, but he will talk about that if he's interested in that. He will talk about marriage if he's interested in marriage. And he'll talk about it in the first few interactions. Okay, so this one is a biggie for men. Number four is he'll start having conversations about combining bank accounts. Listen, a man will give you a lot of things, right? But access to his money is one of the last things that he'll give you if he's really committed. Like, this guy's got to be really into you and really serious with you to even have the conversation about giving you access to his money. Now, that's not giving you access to his money is not the same thing as giving you money. Some men will give you money, but they won't give you access to their account and where their money is being held, okay? So if he's interested in joining accounts, he's talking about bringing his money together with your money, right? That means that he is serious about marrying you and he sees you as marriage material. All right, check this out. Number 5, he is introducing you to his friends and family. Listen, if a man introduces you to his friends and family, and then his friends and family take a look at him with you, and they can see love in his eyes, this man is seeing you as his wife. This man is seeing you as wife material, no doubt about it. Listen, friends and family, they have good memories. They don't forget anything, and they remember everybody he's ever brought around, right? And they know. Listen, have you ever been to a wedding and you sat in the audience of a wedding that somebody was getting married and everybody said, there is love in the air. I could feel the love in the air. Now, I've also been to other weddings where it just wasn't like that. It was, two people getting married and that was, it was happy, haha, good. Let's have some cake and go home, right? And there really wasn't any love in the air. You can feel the difference. If their friends and family can feel the love in the air when he is with you, guess what? He sees you as wife material. And finally, look, number 6. Here we go. Number 6, he has traditional values and he values marriage. Listen, for some guys, right, it's two coins here, the two-sided coin. On one side, you have somebody who grew up with both parents being married, their grandparents were married, their aunts, their uncles, everybody's been married in their lives, and they just believe in marriage, right? That's one side. But on the other side, you have other people who maybe nobody was married. Maybe his mother wasn't married to his father, their grandparents, he doesn't even hardly know them. Nobody has ever had successful marriages in his life, and he wants to be somebody who has a successful marriage in his life. These kinds of things bring a man to have some traditional values, and men who have those traditional values are looking for a wife to fill that space, to fill that void in his life that only a woman can fill for a man who has traditional values. So if he's got traditional values, he talks about his grandparents, he talks about his parents, either good or bad, right? Just having that conversation makes you know that he is in the market for a woman that he can put in the wife position. And maybe that's you. All right, thank you guys so much for being with me today. Listen, we've got more to come. Listen, if you haven't done it already, hit subscribe and then hit the bell so you don't miss anything in the future. We've got more videos coming. Look, go on our Patreon page, become a Patreon subscriber. We're going to have some special content just for our Patreon subscribers. So you can go on the Patreon account, hit the link, and it will give you access to that. You can just drop a few coins in there. Listen, we're not trying to rip people off, but we do want you, if you are benefiting from this information, if you're getting something from it, we hope that you will support. LoveCoachMember.com is the site for our membership program. Look, we are opening it wide open now. We're getting it going. We're going to add content there that's not going to be anywhere else. It's not going to be like these YouTube videos. These videos are kind of short, but I want to go deep, deep, deep and do a deep dive into more content on both sides, male and female, on love and on connection, on relationship, on how to improve your overall life. That's what we're going to talk about. So thank you guys for being here with me. Thank you so much. And if you have a question or you want to leave a comment, please drop me an email at lovecoachatlanta@gmail.com. And love.